the Kicking the Peanut Show. I am Who is Alice, and I am brought with a lovely friend of mine who is always here with the show with me. You are who?
I am A.O. Xander.
Are you sure?
I think so. I woke up like that. Might have
Okay,
changed throughout
as
the
long as
day.
you,
So,
as long as you woke up that way. Well, I am Alice, or the Alice of Who. Lady Death. Don't you just don't call me late for dinner.
yep.
Anyways, we're in the Kicking the Peanut Show. I'm not gonna do a extravagant introduction to the show, but welcome. We just talk about random things, what's going on with the week, any current events, rumors, gossip, thingy majiggers. Well, not really gossip, but just stuff in the news, interesting sci-fi stuff, whatever like comes to our brain, right? Pretty
Oh
much what we
yeah,
do.
we have a lot of stuff here to go over if we so wish. Like, you
Oh
know,
yes, absolutely. We do actually. Did you just to kick off the show? Did you see that social media post from Donald Trump?
uh,
I know this is difficult.
yes, actually, I have it right here. Noah found this for us. Breaking exclusive: Infowars confirms Trump is in talks with New York City prosecutor to turn himself in next week, and that was March 18th. That was yesterday. So,
Yeah, like I heard rumors that he said he's going to be arrested as soon as Tuesday,
yeah.
and so but now Infowars is in on this. But Mag was saying that he said it's just like a troll doing something, but I don't know. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. All over the whole Stormy Daniels, the porn star lady or something.
No idea.
Yeah, well, I think her name's Stormy Daniels, and I believe she was a former pornographic adult entertainer
Ah,
for the adult film industry. But yeah, that's why I think it's under for like the hush money thing. But like well, I suppose there have been people arrested in the past for it. But yeah, of all things that they're gonna get him on that, that's kind of interesting. I don't know what to think, but either way, like I always look at it like Trump did something good, but he also you gotta remember who he was bailed out by back in the '90s. So
yep.
and they're all just part of the
Wasn't it the
machine.
Rothschilds themselves, or like something like
The Rothschilds or the Rockefellers, one of the two. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it was the Rothschilds though. But yeah, he got like when he went bankrupt, he got bailed out by them.
yep,
So I mean, he's just part of the machine to give you this false idea that you know something good's gonna happen. And the only way something good's gonna happen is if you just have an average Joe that won't be corrupted. But I guess people like you give somebody you have enough money in cash or blackmail them enough, then yeah, you can take them over. But aside from that, that's something I heard this week. I also saw something about um, people were trying to frantically dig out people from a mudslide due to Cyclone Freddy, and the death toll is at like over 300 people now. It starts with an M, like the name of the country, but Cyclone Freddy left a devastation just here in the last day or
oh,
so. Out in,
uh,
yeah,
yeah,
Mayari or something like that.
Malawi looks like.
Marawi, yeah.
Uh,
So like, there's that going on. Like,
the
and where is that located?
Southeast Africa, the death toll has passed 500.
Oh wow! So this is over by like that, like what's that huge island off the coast of like the southern part of Africa?
Let me check. Hold on a second.
I, they made a movie
Malawi.
about Madagascar.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So
It's just north of Mozambique, northeast of
Mozambique. Okay.
Zimbabwe, and east of Zambia.
Yeah. So apparently the cyclone Freddy to hit some. Apparently the people were digging with their hands, like bare hands, out try to get people saved from this mudslide after a cyclone came through. But it's called Cyclone Freddy.
That's really crazy because they're an inland um, country. They're not by the coast. Like,
But you said in the new, like, you found Cyclone Freddy where it like impacted it, and it impacted it more. Maybe it was just from the torrential rains that came in after the cyclone.
yeah,
You know,
well, that would make
that
sense.
must have been that, because it
Yeah,
was a mudslide that, yeah. And oh, look at that lake right there. That's a big lake.
yeah, Lake Malawi looks like.
Oh, that's kind of cool looking lake.
Yeah.
Kind of looks serpenty, but yeah, like I saw that today or yesterday, I think, when I was at work, and I was like, oh shit. So I mean, I saw that in the news, and then
Well, speaking of like news that we didn't hear about, Kingdom, your friend Kingdom, found this.
yeah,
Cleanup
yeah,
underway after 400,000 gallons of radioactive water leaked from nuclear power plant. Like,
where is this at?
um,
Is this out
near Minneapolis this past
what?
fall. Like, we had a
What?
nuclear incident at some point this past half year and didn't even know about it. Like,
In Minnesota?
yeah, Minneapolis.
M- my hometown, well, my home
Yeah.
state.
Minnesota agencies announced this week they are monitoring the cleanup of about 400,000 gallons of radioactive water that leaked from a nuclear generating plant near Minneapolis this past fall.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh, it looks
Well,
like North Dakota and South Dakota are in on this too.
they're impacted by it. Well, here's the thing. So near Minneapolis, no, but the closest. I'm trying to think. Why don't you look up the closest nuclear power plant in Minnesota,
Well, it's not a power plant. It said a nuclear generating plant. So
nuclear
maybe
closest
it was
nuclear.
like
Where's like?
creating the rods and such that the power plant uses.
Oh wow! I can't believe I didn't even know that. Like that's like a jump, hop, and skip from my like where I grew up. I fucking feel kind of blessed that I'm not there right now. Now knowing that, and this happened last fall.
Yeah. Let's see
Like
here.
then.
Um, the leak, blah blah blah.
Wonder if we can get Kingdom in on here. Can
Well,
you
DM him.
send him a Huh? Is he online right now?
I don't know, but it says here the leak was detected by routine groundwater monitoring systems and confirmed on November 22nd last year.
Oh wow! And no one talked about this.
I know, like you're talking about that mudslide. I had no idea about that. You had no idea about this. Well, I had no idea about this, either until Kingdom, posted it
Wow.
in the news channel. Thank you, by the way,
Oh
Kingdom.
wow!
But
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Kingdom Bud. Like holy buckets, dude! Like that's freaking crazy. And it looks like it's right off of the Mississippi River.
yeah, it's in Monticello, Minnesota.
Mo- Monticello? Oh my God! I know Monticello.
Yeah,
That's off of the Mississippi, the Minnesota River, I believe. Let me here look up Monticello. I believe it's right off of a tributary of the Minnesota River, which
yeah.
Minnesota River collides with the Mississippi.
I'm
So
trying to
is
find.
it
This
is
looks
that
like it right there. Yeah,
yeah? Is that the
Excel
Minnesota River
Energy
right there?
Monticello Nuclear Generating Plant. So yeah,
Oh shit!
it's
Yeah.
directly on the Mississippi River.
Oh,
Like it
where
straight
in
up says
Monticello?
right
Oh,
there, Mississippi
oh,
River.
sweet. No, hey, scroll out for a second. Let me just see. Like, I was mixing up where Monticello. I was thinking of Montevideo.
Uh,
Sorry. Scroll out a little bit though. I just want to see geographically, like, how far is that from St. Cloud? I think it goes through St. Cloud first, afterwards, right?
well, let's. I'm not sure what importance St. Cloud is to you, but let's not try to dox anything about ourselves. Um,
Well, I don't live out there anymore.
yeah,
Like, I'm just talking geographically. Like, Monticello, is that south of St. Cloud or north of St. Cloud?
I
All
don't
you
even
gotta do
know
is
where St.
scroll out.
Cloud is.
All you gotta
Oh,
do is
there's St.
scroll out
Cloud.
until.
It's south.
Okay, so oh, okay, yes, all right. So I'm familiar with that area. I was mixing up Montevideo with because Montevideo is like kind of by
Yeah,
the Minnesota River, I believe, if memory serves me correctly of my geographic knowledge. Well, no, I don't live out there.
yeah,
I'm over 1,000 miles away from this place, so I'm not doxing anything. I just
yeah.
have some friends that have lived out there. One of a good friend of mine actually. he doesn't live there anymore. He lives elsewhere. But geez, so it happened there, and so it went all the way down. And well, if you scroll down and follow the river, let's see like how far the river to Minneapolis is. It's at
Not
least
that
40
far.
miles.
I can see it.
It's about like 20, 30, yeah, 20, 30 miles.
Roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, geez. Well, I mean, if you're going like straight, like a straight line, yeah, but if you're following the river and going by river miles, then yeah. Oh wow, that's that's fudged.
Yeah. That ain't good.
And
So,
400,000?
I think it was, yeah, 400,000 gallons.
400,000 gallons of toxic waste, nuclear toxic waste
Well,
went into the.
no,
Oh
not
my.
waste. Just, what is it?
Nuclear.
Gallons of radioactive water. So, like,
Radioactive.
radioactive water.
Oh my god. And you want to know where the Mississippi pours right into, right?
Uh, well, yeah, like, this is not good. Like, compile this with all of the train things that's been going on, you know?
Dude, this goes
And
straight. The Mississippi goes straight to the Gulf of Mexico,
wonderful.
right through New Orleans.
Huh.
Yeah. So this is not good.
No, well, not just that,
They're
but
just
like all of
trying
the fallout from the East Palestine,
well,
however people want to pronounce it, whatever. Um,
and let's not forget Fukushima too. You
well,
know, like
Fukushima's just been like leaking this entire time, so
yeah, I know it has been, and like we can't forget about that either. I mean,
actually,
that's the other.
are
That's
they?
the. Yeah, they're still probably leaking something. I mean, think Chernobyl. What about? I don't think everything has been fully been disclosed about the whole 3 Mile Island incident either. I think they're hiding some stuff that happened with that.
Yeah. Well, it shows here as of March 11th, 2021. Since the disaster, contaminated cooling water has constantly escaped from the damaged primary containment vessels into the reactor building basements, where it mixes with groundwater that seeps in.
Well,
So,
if anybody knows anything about water, the water is one of the strongest elements ever. It can bore its way through stone, concrete, anything, and find its way.
oh
Like
yeah.
it finds a way. Like like how life finds a way in evolution, water will do the same thing.
Well,
And
essentially,
so,
it's the same way a lightning strike works. Like
hmm
it's going because there are like other tributaries and whatnot, but it's going for the path of least resistance. And as soon as whatever it makes contact with the ground, that's when you see the bolts really like light. That's the
yeah.
main part of it.
Well, yeah. So there's some lightning where it will connect in the middle of the sky from the ground to this up and the sky down, and then but most lightning strikes actually it's the ground to the sky.
Yeah,
And then those really intense ones are the ones that have like the spires and like tree branches out. Those ones are the from the sky to the ground. So for the most part, anyway. But like we actually talked about lightning with that lake out in Venezuela, but like we're not on that discussion there. But like we discussed already East Palestine, West Virginia last week or the week before, and then the one out in Arizona, and now we've touched about like it just seems like what is going on, like
yeah. Well, like
people are cutting corners in regulation, I think, and now per usual, I bet you they're just gonna blame each person's gonna like, well, I didn't do that, the predecessor did that, or the person before that, but like, well, I didn't do that. The person before me did that. Blah blah blah. It's like the
just passing the
toilets
buck.
like stacking on top of each other.
Yep. Well,
Nobody likes the potty mouth.
well, I have an article here that I found on Friday for the Omni
Okay.
Coalition news show. I have like a few here because you were part of the news show on Tuesday, right?
I believe so. I came in like I forgot that you were doing it that day, and I came in
Yeah.
like, whoa. I
Yeah.
had
Oh,
some
yeah. That's
news.
right.
Yeah.
You came in when we were talking about the basketball, so like we've already gone
Yep.
through all of that stuff. But I have a couple new things here for you. Um,
I keep seeing the picture of the
So
steak donut
yeah,
on your.
well, I deleted all the tabs here. Check this out. An 82-year-old Virginia woman is the world's oldest female hockey player.
What's her position?
Um, I don't think it goes into that.
Why wouldn't it? Like, that's important for people who like hockey. I mean, that's my thing.
Well, I think like she
Like,
plays any position really, like, because she's obviously not competing. So I
that's
think
what
it's
she
just
said.
for fun.
Oh, that's what she said. You said any position.
Oh my God,
Come
Alice.
on, I got a potty mouth. I know.
But yeah, no,
So we also.
it didn't
Oh
tell me.
well. Speaking of hockey and like places that snow and places that snow and have big mountains and frozen lakes to play ice hockey on. Did you hear another bank might be on the collapse? It's a Swiss bank out in Switzerland.
Oh, that's where
Now,
the connection is. Okay, I was, I was
yeah,
just
you were
like,
trying to figure out again. Yeah,
how is
you
this
like that?
transition
Did
going
you
to
like
work
that?
out?
Did you like that transition though? I think I did a good one on that.
It was rocky at first, but then I got it. But
Yeah, yeah.
a
Well, I'm
Swiss
always
bank,
lucky with
you're
my
saying?
transition. Yeah, yeah. Apparently, they're now in the rocks. So, like, this is like now the third bank, and then I heard that was it what Janet Yellen? She's the Department of Treasury, right?
Yeah.
She said, like, she basically more or less said that like they're only going to bail out the big banks again, and any like small mom and pop, like small town bank, if they go like default because they invested in these big banks, they're not going to bail them out.
Well, that
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
Like,
I think it's time we might have to invest with noble. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to say that because we don't. Mm-mm. I have a problem when I see like on that topic. I have a problem when I see like people that I like are alternate media and like news outlets like have like invest with noble blah 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 or invest with this and that, and or they have these like little like they slowly talk into like an advertisement. Like I
yep.
just don't like that idea of doing it. Like then I feel like it's not for the people. It's more so like they're just trying to put money in their pocket instead.
Oh
It's just
yeah.
my opinion. But then who's to say like all of a sudden I become big on like social media of some form of YouTube or whatever, and here I go like invest in this and that, or why don't you try this deodorant? Why don't you try this shampoo? Ladies, you have a problem with your vagina stench?
Alice,
Try this. Try this. Hey,
Alice, please keep the
this
show
is an
clean.
adult. I know I should have. Yeah, PG. Hey, but that's actually a word they speak in you know, classes in school.
Well,
I didn't
we
say
are
I
not
didn't say a derogatory form of it, but
we are not
you
a
know what I'm saying.
validated form of education. So
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm an educator, but like I'm just saying like it's a word that people know, and it's an actual correct term of it. So I figure I'd be safe saying it instead of saying like a derogatory form of it. But like you know what I mean? Like I just don't like that idea of like in the middle of your cast of like oh blah 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 you see you know what I mean like you see all these other podcasters and stuff like slowly like work their way into like some type of advertisement.
well, at the end of the day, they got to make money. Like
Yeah, I do get it. At the same time though I just sometimes feel like then like because they're doing that just like the big major news sponsors like did like now they're like can only say this and that otherwise then they're going to drop their sponsorship. That's where I have a problem with it is
oh
that
yeah,
like
well, cancel culture is a
that's
serious problem.
yeah
So
exactly like if I was ever going to like do like any type of advertisement for somebody I want to make sure I can do the advertisement with me still contacting my opinion with them also knowing that that's not a reflection of their company, you
but
know.
see, on top of that, though, we got to be very careful for things like one a recent incident involving a promoter or not, a promotion was oh, what was it? Established titles. Like
Oh
that
yes,
that
oh
turned
the
out to be
established
a
titles, yeah,
huge scam, you know. And
that's
I
what I've heard.
personally had a bad experience with BetterHelp, So uh,
Well,
when
you
we go
have
into
some
potential
people.
advertisers, like we really got to scrutinize because it's not just yeah, that
I also
they
wouldn't
want
advertise
to.
for somebody I wouldn't back. You
It's
know,
hold on, please let me finish. It's not just
no,
they want us to present them in a good image. Well, we want to ensure that what we're advertising, what we're passing on to our viewers that they might actually spend money on is worth their while. Otherwise, we're doing a disservice to them. So we really got to be, solid with that.
I'm clapping because that's exactly what I was gonna say too. Because like I wouldn't also I would not like sell my soul for an advertiser that I wouldn't back up unless I knew that they were a good company.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
that's
like
a lot of times I see these people doing that. Like I've seen some like people that I've like watched and backed up and watched, but like watched backed up and watched. Stoner moment there. But you know what I mean. Like I watch them do that, and then you hear about these scandals going on. Have you heard about the crypto scam thing with the Logan Paul guy?
Uh,
Like,
the last crypto scam thing I heard about was a while ago, and wasn't like
or no,
Shaquille
it's like the
O'Neal or something. And
NFT
there's some no Tom Brady. Tom Brady was involved in it. Remember, like that guy like who fled to the Bahamas
oh,
or whatever.
inflation gate guy, Tom
I
Brady. Oh no, are you talking about that guy, the Bahama guy? Yeah, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you know what I'm
But
talking about,
apparently,
right?
yeah, I know who you're talking about, and I think I don't even know. Like, no one's talking about it. I think they've just buried the story. Like, oh, let's just not talk about that. And
That was
but
big
there's
for a
also,
while.
but now there's the Logan Paul like YouTuber guy apparently. He he came out with an NFT crypto thing, and apparently like it scammed a lot of people. And from I guess this one guy was on a Joe Rogan show. I guess his name's Coffeezilla. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. I just saw like a video of his earlier today talking about that, and I kind of intriguing. Like I'll say like after the show we should like see if we can find as much of like watch a Coffeezilla. Like he goes out and finds out like goes after like scam things, not like computer scammers like from like the India, like, oh, you'll give me this, give me that,
Yeah,
Sorry for doing the accent, but I'm not sorry at the same time. But you know how you like a lot of time you have those scammers. Well, this guy, he's going after like different types of scams going on, banking scams, all sorts of things. So I think maybe after the show we could like go in and like watch some of it, or like you know, I just like learned of him, but he was on
yeah.
Joe Rogan and he pointed out this NFT scam, and it's been 2 months, I guess, or more, that um, Logan Paul is not like giving money back to the people he frauded or anything. But like I guess maybe he's just working out by accumulating money with all this other stuff, so to like pay these people back that got scammed by maybe it was just bad programming or something, I don't know. Like, but I just heard about this and it was like interesting to me. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, and I
I
was
mean,
thinking
he
about
also,
the FTX scam earlier. What I was talking about.
yeah, FTX, yeah,
Yeah,
FTX, yeah. Like, yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I don't. I heard that they arrested him, but I don't even know what's going on with that. But
yeah.
they also arrested Andrew Tate, but he's not even like a scanner. He's just more like a pro man kind of thing. And they arrested him out in Romania. And I'm like, so I don't even know what's going on with that. I don't know any updates, but I've heard this one. My boy, my man, my partner in crime here. He was talking to me about Chris Chan might be walking, according to Chris Chan. I don't know if anyone knows about Chris Chan, but
Is he
if
the
you
one?
don't,
Is he the one who did something really disgusting with his mom?
yes, but he's
Okay.
also yeah, but he's also one of the most documented people on the internet.
Yeah, this
Dude,
guy.
like
Okay.
since like 2000. Hey, Mag. Oh, he's outside. Never mind. I should ask him. I think it's like ever since like 2007 or 8, like that's when the trolls started going after him. And and some of part of me wonders is like, do you think that the impact of the trolls and all that internet influence might have had a screwed up thing in him that like ended up putting him into this role by people influencing him, because he looked like he got influenced quite a bit throughout history. Like actually, if you really want to do that, like after the show, sometime too, after we talk about the other thing, um, we could watch like it's kind of a sad story
I really
in a
don't
way.
want to because like stuff like that is just really disgusting. I know more than I
Well,
want
it
to know
doesn't.
already. Like
I didn't know about it until like I guess the last couple of years. This happened like in the it's more recent, but the building up to it, like watching how he turned and changed, like some you wonder if maybe like the internet influenced him to do it in a way. That's where I wonder. But at the same time, because people will say he is autistic, and maybe because of his autism, like he was easily persuaded to become what he became because of that. But I don't know. Like I'm not a health, you know, person really. Like the most I ever did was do like CNA work. Like I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I'm nothing like that. But you know, I wonder if maybe like all that trolling and stuff over his lifetime did not like have an impact on him or not. But
well, you've
I
said
mean,
that 3 times already now.
yeah, I'm
Human
sorry, I can't help it.
psychology is an intriguing thing, and like th- th- maybe he did to a certain extent, but it wouldn't like people don't become things because of one reason. You know, there's an
No,
amalgam of things from various, different directions, different,
different elements. Yeah,
well, like different, different sizes, for lack of a better term. Like suspension from school, breaking up with a spouse, car accident, whatever. Like,
constant rejection
yeah,
of the opposite of sex, things like that. Yeah, I get that. And again, I'm sorry, I went into like a little like circular cycle. I think I had like yeah, I had an Alice moment right there.
yeah.
I was going down the rabbit hole, and I was like, oh, caught in a loop, caught
But
in a
see,
loop,
like
caught in
we're
a
we're
loop.
talking about like horrible, horrible things and horrible people. Like, I
Yeah,
think I think it was once again Kingdom, or maybe it was Saint Michael. I don't remember exactly who. Uh, no, I think it was Saint Michael. You remember him, the guy with a very deep voice. Um,
yeah, the
uh, did,
Barry White almost like
did
voice.
you hear about the whole thing involving Kevin Nash, the former wrestler?
No, what? No, no, I
Oh my
didn't.
god. I don't want to get too deep into it, but essentially, like, and I'll watch this video because it's presented in a certain way
Is this a
that
bad thing?
yeah.
Is this
But
bad?
essentially, what happened is that his son succumbed to alcoholism, unfortunately, and passed away. And literally the next day, he's on some podcasts and promoting commercials and all that stuff, talking about his his past son and everything. And then another show later, I'm not sure if it was the day after that or a week or whatever, but he started utilizing his son's passing and commercializing it. Begging for more
Oh,
subscribers, saying, "Oh, my son Tristan would want us to have 100,000 subscribers, so please subscribe and buy the merch and yada," and just totally just utilized.
oh
It
no.
was, oh my god, I can't
Oh,
fathom, like,
I don't think even I could talk to. I do know I'm not gonna name the name of a former WWE wrestler.
yeah,
I
I
don't
know who
even
you're
think I
talking
would even
about.
ask him about this, what he thinks. How
Yeah.
recent is this?
Uh, this article here is January 18th, 2023. Because St. Michael saw this
Oh
like three,
wow.
four some odd months ago, so it's within the past year.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. So,
Horrible.
yeah. So, like, you're talking about what's his face. uh, you know, it's just
And yeah,
like,
we're not gonna say his name, but you know what I mean.
no, I'm talking
But
about,
like,
I'm talking about the internet guy. Like,
oh, the internet guy. Oh yeah.
what was his name?
Uh, uh Chris Chan.
Yeah, yeah. Like, people like this. It is evil unspeakable. Like I can understand, people doing genocides and such. It's not good, but I can understand why people would do that. But to utilize the death of a family member, especially your own son or daughter, for commercialization or what, I think that's more evil than your guy. Honestly, like,
Well,
although
I don't. Yeah, I think there's just different levels of like
yeah,
wrong, but but maybe at the same time, maybe he's like the PR is going about it wrong. Like he wants to make awareness of it, but and the PR people are just misconstruing because you know how sometimes PR people just totally screw something up for those people. But I'm not trying to defend
no,
him, but I'm also
no,
thinking like maybe this is just a poor PR
no,
stunt
absolutely
that
not.
he
Like,
went along with.
no,
But
the
if it
next
is
day,
actually just him, then I will that's sad.
yeah, no, we'll definitely watch that video after this show. But as I said, the
Yeah.
next day he's utilizing the death of his son as a soapbox for commercialism. He does not care at all. It seems, and it's just all. But let's move on up here. You know what we haven't
What
done
else do we
yet?
got here?
We haven't talked about our past weeks, Alice. How was your past week?
Well, it was an up and down week. Like remember Sunday? Remember I talked about the death of Doc and stuff, and
Oh yeah, yeah.
my work week was up and down, and the last, but like I think it started on Thursday. Like all of a sudden, like the day, just, like it started picking up, and we just rocked it at work. Especially yesterday, like we went we went over a bit. I'm not gonna say where I work right now. I have said it before and past, but I'm not gonna say it now. But we did way better in numbers than what I thought, and we actually moved ourselves down to like the number 10 spot out of all the stores in our region, and so that's cool. Um,
Hell yeah.
my mom said she's gotten her dog to sit on command now. Finally, the little puppy, new Yorkie Schnauzer mix. I think that's what she said, or she said something. I had an aunt call me and check in with me after me calling her like 2 weeks ago, which is nice. So I mean, at least she remembered to finally call me back. And I saved 15% on car insurance. I'm just kidding. I didn't.
Well,
Couldn't
you know what Geico stands for, right?
we've said this before, but I keep forgetting what it is.
Government Employees Insurance Company. GEICO.
Yeah, you know what? I never used Geico, so
Yeah.
I don't think I did.
Well,
If I
people
did,
got to realize
God
that
forbid.
everybody who has Geico insurance, you're literally on government insurance. Good luck.
Yeah, it'll be more expensive, especially if you're not a government employee.
Well, you're literally paying for free insurance, essentially. Like maybe it's better than Medi-Cal or or what they give to poor people, but probably not by much. So, but hey,
Yeah,
my
like
past week,
more or less. Hey, yeah, and how is? Well, you've had a very interesting week. Oh,
yeah, well, we I don't want to get into server politics and all that stuff, but we lost someone, you know. So not they're not dead. They just they're no longer in the server. They're gone. But no, restarted the news show. So that way we can have more ammo. Which I have a couple things loaded in the chamber, so to speak, to talk about here after this. Um,
heck yeah!
yeah. Let's see. Had to find a new grass station. Um,
Oh yeah.
some really not good stuff happened to me. I don't really want to get into it, but yeah, just This life in California, it's every passing day, it's turning more and more into a third world hellhole. But speaking of California, though, you want to talk about smooth transitions right there. I have an article right here from California, and I brought it up earlier actually because you were talking about snow and everything. So actually, utilizing your very transitionary method to transition yet again.
Thank you. Hell yeah, I like it.
We will
I like
call it.
I like your jab.
We will call
Your
it the
jab.
Alice theorem.
Yep, the Ellis theorem.
But no, up in central and northern California, I think Big Bear is more in the southern area too. But in the areas, we had 600 inches or 50 feet over that of snow since late of last year. So since late of 2022. So this past winter season, so far, it snowed more than double than normal. Like normally we get about
Damn.
25 feet. We got 50 feet, and in some areas you can see right here. You're watching my screen. That's the top of a ski lift.
Yeah, it got stuck in the snow.
No. It's the snow is so high. He's up at the top of the ski
Yeah,
lift.
no, that's what I said. I got stuck in the snow because that black pole that goes down, that's where you sit down and it brings you up the cable. I used to ski, remember? Oh, actually, you never knew that.
Well, no, I
I
didn't
used
know.
to be. I'm actually a natural talent skiing, but I have 2 broken ankles now. But well, not currently broken, but I've broken them in the past, and
No.
so I don't know how skiing will be.
I might be missing something, but I don't think you understand. The snow is so high that it's almost buried the entire ski lift. It's up that high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I know because well, yeah. I'm also saying that there's also well, I forgot to say that below that in certain areas it might be 15, 20 foot, 30 foot, 50-foot drops
Yeah.
in that ski lift.
Yeah. Well, there's no drops here. You
So,
see this video playing? Like it's all like the ski lifts are inoperable. Like
yeah, you can't ski. It snowed so much. Well, maybe they shouldn't have added on there like when it's like a slow snowing season, they have snowmakers to like keep the mountains at least in Colorado, like in Keystone and Copper Mountain, like where I've
yeah.
skied.
Well, this is a result
Those
of
places.
extreme snow, though.
I never did Breckenridge, but Breckenridge, I stayed in Breckenridge, but we never skied there. But there was a lot of snow there that year.
I haven't really technically seen snow since I was like 7 or 8. Like physically, like playing with
Oh
snow,
wow.
making snowballs and such. Like we went, my dad, my friend Jess at the time, and I, we went to go tobogganing in the snow. But by the time we got there, it was all like slush or ice. So I mean, like I did technically play in the snow, but I also technically janked my spine.
Oh geez.
Yeah. Um, but so but I haven't actually like been in powder like snow, like actual that in forever. So maybe one day. But so like I have a couple other articles. You,
Yeah, no, actually read them. Like I would love it.
do you want to pick one? Pick number 1 to 4.
Here, give me a second here. Like my screen got a little small for some reason because I was moving it, try to read it
Uh,
better. God, gosh darn it!
oh dang it!
God damn it! There we go. All right, so now your face is in my way. All right, so this winter has been a boom for ski resorts in California with plenty of powder to go around. At the one resort, the snow it has reached new heights.
Oh no,
Yeah. Yeah.
I wasn't asking you to read. I was just asking you to like. I have other articles here.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
because we just this is
Well,
the
we
snow
have.
one. We just talked about all this.
Well, actually, what is about the Germany detains?
Here we go.
An OTA.
Germany detains 42 in effort to prevent attacks on ATMs. So
Oh,
apparently,
for the I mean,
apparently there have been attacks on ATMs, and now they've arrested a lot of suspects and everything. And in response, they're going to be reducing the number of ATMs in the country, as well as turning them off at night.
well, also, have you heard about how they're removing all WalMarts out of Portland, Oregon?
What?
Yeah, no, look it up. They're removing all the Walmart's getting rid of all their stores in Portland, Oregon, or at least most of them. Maybe there might be one left, but yeah, because of the theft.
Oh wow! The last two
Lost
Walmart
of them.
stores
Yeah.
in the city limits of Portland are closing. The last two Walmart stores, okay, already said that. The big
Yep.
box
On
retailer
the
says it
yep.
will close stores on March 24th, as sales have not met expectations and probably an outrageous amount of thefts. So,
Fuck around and find out when you keep fucking stealing from these people and they just let you walk out. Yeah. Like I
wow.
don't like.
So that's
Yeah,
in
dude.
5 days. That's going to be it.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, Portland, Oregon. Yeah, if you want to go to Walmart, you're gonna have to get outside. Guess what that means? They're gonna spread the violence.
Yep. So,
Yeah, good times. Great oldies, cool 108.
right. Pick a number one to between 1 and 3.
4.
That's not that's not an
I know.
option.
I know it isn't. That's why I said it.
All right. Then that
Okay, no, no.
circumnavigates the spectrum.
I'll pick number 2.
No, I already.
I'll pick 2.
No, I grabbed 4. This is number 4. So,
Oh.
because it
Oh.
went 1, 2, 3, and then went back to the first one 4. It went around the circle.
I get it.
See,
I'm down.
I take your logic and bend it against you. But yo, this
This is
scares
interesting.
the hell out of me. Border Patrol finds $67,830 worth of gold in a package valued at $125. So,
Is that like? Is it like a Hello Kitty, but like a really bad version of it?
yes, but that is not Japanese. That is Chinese.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
this was actually intercepted on the way to Hong Kong. They were trying to steal our gold.
Oh.
Like
are.
they had
So they're
it
stealing the gold.
they had it inside a box that was wrapped in clothing and all that stuff, and trying to pass it off as a shipment of clothing, to some factory or whatever. And they noticed that it was a lot heavier than normal because at the time they didn't know, but it turned out there was gold in there. Gold is heavy, and yeah, there was just smuggling. They were trying to smuggle gold out of the U.S. to China.
Yeah. And if people are not seeing the fact that they are trying to destroy our country, you should have known this started back in. Oh, this started back probably in the 70s, 80s. But you
Yeah.
really started to notice in the late 90s.
Yep.
They're slowly, like, how do you destroy a country like this? You can't destroy it from the outside and attacking it. You have to destroy it from the inside, and how best do you do that?
Yep.
Take away our gold, ship it out where we don't have it, take away rights, divide and conquer, make people hate people because of the opposite of skin, which they're doing a really good job of. And then saying that you can't be racist against white people because they were racist against you. I'm like, well, no, that's an oxymoron right there.
Yeah. Well,
You
let's
have to,
not go down that route because we are on
yeah,
YouTube
let's
right
not go
now.
down that rabbit hole
So-
because we could get canceled for it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's no such thing as freedom of speech anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Well, technically, according to, like, well, we just have to take them to court. I say screw them.
yeah.
Because you know what? Like, this is something that we are born and raised with the right of. And if they want to, like, shadow ban us and say, oh, you're saying something wrong. Oh, you said something about this, and that we have a thing against. I'm like, well, here's the thing. You're violating the First Amendment right. It's a God-given right to everyone across the world. Doesn't matter what country you're in. You
Yeah.
have the right to have an idea and a thought.
Yep.
And but at least I guess sadly only our country has that one that we're supposed to be protected, which they're not protecting anymore.
Nope.
And I think more and more people need to start to talk about that and say something about it in a constructive, proper way without causing violence. Everyone has, like, you can say something that I don't agree with. You could say, oh my God, I absolutely love this regime, even though they've, like, killed millions and millions of people.
Are
I'm
you
like,
talking about Kanye?
well, I'm saying it in certain ways so that like somebody doesn't like take a copy of what I said and make it like I think that's what should be done.
Well,
Haha.
with all this deepfake
Yeah.
technology, all they gotta do is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, with deepfake, exactly.
yeah.
And so all I'm gonna say is like, like I, I ah, you got me right there. Now I just forgot what I was gonna go at,
Sorry.
but that's okay. I had my moment, but
Well, no,
you
the
just
deepfake
can't
technology, like you literally
deepfake.
because Tim Pool did this. I gotta look for it if you want to watch this video of his. But apparently, there's this website you can go to. You can download a program, and you can put in
Mhm.
about 10 to 15 seconds of an audio recording, and then it can take that and then mimic like within a certain degree, But it's kind of hard to tell. Um, but it can mimic somebody's voice and speech patterns and all that stuff and make them say whatever they want. Like,
Oh no, my boyfriend sent me a Joe Biden message where it sounded like Joe Biden. Trust me, I already know. But like,
yeah,
I was saying something really important. I was going somewhere with it, but like, yeah, it's okay.
uh,
I'll find it again. It'll come back to me. Don't worry.
well, I
Just
have this
not maybe
cool
on the
one.
show tonight. So,
You might
but
find. I'm sorry.
this. Oh, I just said, oh my God, this cat just made the most cutest sleeping pose.
Huh.
I was just looking over and just like, he's like in like a little spiral, but because he's a tuxedo cat, like he's all very tie dyed.
Well, Alice, I found a car for Mag.
Oh what? Oh, is it a car where he doesn't have to drive it?
Uh, no, it's a car where he'll either figure out how to drive really quick, or we won't need to worry about it ever again.
This beast of a car is powered by a World War II plane. Oh, good God, no! Do
Look
not,
at that thing.
no!
Oh
Oh,
my god.
dude, that is the ultimate Griswold.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going into Wally World, whether it kills me. They're like, dude, that's the station wagon, dude. Put it. What?
Look at that engine.
No. Oh my. No. Yes, but no.
Yes,
God
no, no,
damn.
yes.
Oh, dude, look at the little like. Dude, it has to have like breathing fins up, like gills on the side of the collar for breathing.
Yeah.
See? Look at that. Yeah, it's got gills.
Well, it's a World War II plane
No.
engine. They had those pipe stuff out the side, remember? So that's it
You
right
know
there.
what'd be cool? If you cut that off, but kept like cut the back off, where it wasn't like a station wagon, it almost looked like a gremlin.
Actually, oh yeah, no, the exhaust, because it's like the whole thing is compacted. The whole exhaust system is around the engine as well.
So how does it drive? Is there a video of it actually working, or is it just? Oh God,
Let's
no.
see here. That just zooms in on that.
Well, yeah, we gotta be careful about copyright. So. Oh, good God. Jesus.
Oh, here we go. So here. Whoa, hold on. Let me
Yeah, well,
rewind it a
just
little
make sure
bit.
you don't do too long of
My career to drive a lot of interesting cars.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
A lot.
All right, let's pause it there. Um,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh my God.
And Last but not least, the last story I have for you to wrap me up for today, Alice. And
Yeah.
this one is absolutely mental. Okay,
What
surgeons
for the
remove
sake?
unexploded grenade from Ukrainian soldier's chest.
What?
I know. This guy had a live
Maybe.
explosive penetrate him
Oh,
and not go
I
off.
think I know how that would happen. Like the way, like, how did he have an open hole in his chest? Did they put it in there?
No, I think he got hit by a rifle grenade or something, or maybe a mortar round. But like it's
Oh,
some grenade. It's not like a thrown grenade. Something launched a grenade and it went into him, and it didn't go off. So the
was it?
surgeons had to take a live
Was it?
munition out that could explode at any second.
So, do you think it was a dud?
Um, I'm not sure. I think it was a
Is
live
this
round.
actually true though?
The grenade did not explode but remained explosive, so it was live.
So, when did this happen?
This happened January of this year, so a few months ago.
This is where I'm gonna have a issue because there's this like proxy war out there. Is that even actually true or accurate? Even though like that's an insane thing if it's true, but
Well, the
is
Ghost
it
of Ukraine
actually
turned
true?
out to be a total fabrication, right?
Well,
So,
it's a lot of weird things that happen out there. Like, but I think we should be paying more attention to our own country than others.
oh,
Like, I'm
definitely.
not saying that we shouldn't help them, but we shouldn't be helping more than ourselves. Like the fact, it seems like we're caring more about bailing out banks in Ukraine than we are about the people of East Palestine and any other country, city that has had like detrimental things. Like, why hasn't has there been a cleanup for Minneapolis when you talked about that whole thing, the spill of like nuclear like waste into the fucking river? Like, where's the relief for that? Like now, like I have family out there, and North Dakota and South Dakota being affected by that absolutely frightens me. That's my family lives out in the Midwest.
Yep.
Like this is scary. Like, and nobody talked about this. This is a huge thing, and why wasn't that in the news?
Yeah, like that blew my mind. Like,
Oh my god! Like I can't believe. Like thank you, Kingdom.
yeah,
Thank you. I'm gonna have to message him in DMs like, dude, why didn't you like DM me that? You know that's where I'm from. Cause but oh, just fucks with me, dude.
yeah,
But anyways, I mean, where are we at? Oh, look at the times.
yeah.
We're at 6:54 Eastern Time. Is there anything you would like to also dabble into, or do you want to close the show up to now, or we could talk about something else if you might have a couple more like breadcrumbs to give out to people. Like I'm fine with that. If you want to give out a few more breadcrumbs.
Well, I'm not going to say exactly what is in my mind, but
Well,
we
yeah,
are
you
we
know.
are planning a lot of activity, both internally and externally. So keep your eyes peeled, however painful that sounds. And somewhere down the line, we'll either make an announcement or you'll start seeing new links appear in the underbar of the description below. So,
Well, actually, let me scroll up here. We go. Oh, also, actually, before we end the show, did you hear that both Ilhan Omar in her own district back in Minnesota, she got booed from her own district,
oh yeah, I
and
heard about that.
also Kamala Harris at her alumni or her altamata or whatever, like for her the football game or basketball game or whatever game she went to,
Yeah.
the entire stadium booed at her too, Kamala Harris. Did you
Ha!
hear about that?
I did not, but that's hilarious. That reminds me
Yeah,
of the
so
"Let's
both.
Go Brandon" thing. How that all started.
Yeah, it's not as loud anymore, but still people say it. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's cute. But anyways, I mean, those are the last kind of two things I thought that happened, like I saw them last week. But like, I think those were a little more outdated. Happened longer. Well, no, it was March Madness, and it is March. So
Yeah.
Kamala Harris's one happened recently. As for Ilhan Omar, that might have been a little more outdated. But you
Well, I
guys
have a
should
question
figure
for
that
you.
out. You're smart people. What? I might have an answer.
Can February March?
Can February? Can February march on April?
No, can February March?
Possibly.
April
But
May.
but you know what? February can march on April, but May, June on July,
No,
which means yes,
no, Alice. Alice, the first joke was better. Can February March? I don't know, but April May.
yes, I know. But April, May.
All right. Well, I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, I think it's time for that. But like, I was really hoping for our Nurgle guy to come in and chat with us because he had some good shit to talk about.
Yeah, well, I was hoping
And
that G would show up because he and I were talking actually earlier today, and apparently someone can run for president in prison, and if they win, they can run the country from inside said prison. Like
whoa,
that
you
blew
know,
my
yeah.
mind. So, but I want him to tell me more about that on the show.
We'll have to look more further into this.
Yeah.
So maybe if anyone's watching out there, look into that. Write it in the comments below. Give us links and stuff. Otherwise, you can find us on Discord with the OMNI Coalition, right?
Well, our Discord link is not in the underbar, and it
Oh,
will not be because we are not a public Discord server because we don't want to
yes,
have to
that's
follow
right.
the rules so strictly. So,
Yes, we gotta be careful. We don't want just any weirdo coming in.
oh,
I'm
guess
just
who
kidding.
just DM'd me?
What?
Nurgle.
Is he coming in?
Well, we're closing out. So,
Anyway, well, too late, but whatevers. We
maybe
still
next
love
time.
you, Nervo.
Yeah.
But anyway. I am who is Alice. Or Alice is who. And we have a Xander of Xander. Who is?
I am Alexander.
Yes. There. Like that?
Yeah.
That's gonna be my my exit for the show tonight with my stupid. I feel like Randy Marsh when I do things like that. But anyways, like, thank you for joining us. For those who do, and watching this in the future, Xander and I, we love you one way or another. Be cool, stay in school, and don't do drugs, right?
Yep. Toodles.
Toodles.
Oh yeah, and before that, until you catch us next Sunday, or if you're interested in some history show, we have a history show every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time that streams. We also have a news show, notable events, weather, and sports, every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
So
Heck yeah.
yep, that's our time thing. 10 and 2 just for you. So
10. Whoa.
yeah.
That sounds sexy.
Oh well, if you
I'm just. Well, no,
Alice.
it just sounds cool. Whatever, you know me.
yeah.
Anyways, thank you for joining the Kicking the Peanut show, guys. Like, we love you, alright? And I hope you love us, and